Okay, listen close, because this video might ruin history for you forever. Because there are civilizations, real ones, that don't fit the official story. And instead of rewriting the textbooks, they did something easier. They erased them. Cities under the ocean, megalands that vanished overnight, and ruins that shouldn't exist, unless history is way older than they admit. You've heard whispers like Tartaria. Yeah, that Tartaria. And what I found, it's not just internet talk. Sundaland, a lost megacontinent swallowed by rising seas, and if it's real, millions of people had to exist there. Doggerland, a whole world between Britain and Europe. Not a myth, not a theory. They found it. And Great Zimbabwe. They tried so hard to claim Africans couldn't build it, because the truth messes up their entire narrative. And stay till number 1, because the Lunastone discovery is the kind of evidence that makes people quiet. Let's expose the 10 lost civilizations mainstream history avoids. Number 10, Tartaria. The empire history pretends never existed, because for centuries, maps didn't just mention Tartaria. They labeled it as massive. Not one map, not 2. Dozens. Different countries, different years, same name. So what was Tartaria? A civilization, a forgotten empire, or the biggest historical cover-up ever? Here's where it gets creepy. People started noticing buildings with entire floors buried underground, windows under sidewalks, entrances below street level, like cities got swallowed. And the architecture? Not small village vibes. This looks like high-level engineering. So why don't they teach it? If it was nothing, why remove it from memory? Some believe Tartaria didn't fall. They claim history got rewritten after a global reset. Disaster, population wipe, records destroyed. Then, a brand new story replaced the old one. And now, Tartaria survives only in old maps. Like a ghost civilization. But number 9 is even scarier, because it's not a theory. It's land we know existed, now completely underwater. Number 9, Doggerland, a lost civilization, drowned under the ocean. Before Britain was an island, it was connected to Europe by a whole country-sized land. That land had forests, rivers, animals, and humans lived there for thousands of years. And here's the wild part. We didn't discover it in a textbook. Fishermen pulled its secrets from the sea. Mammoth bones, ancient weapons, human tools, proof that an entire world existed and vanished. Doggerland wasn't just empty land. It was a human zone, a bridge between cultures. Then the Ice Age ended, sea levels rose, and the ocean started eating Doggerland piece by piece. And some researchers believe the final blow was a mega tsunami, a wall of water that ended it instantly. So imagine it, thousands of people forced to run, watching their world disappear under waves. No myths, no legends. Doggerland is real, and it proves something terrifying. If one whole land vanished, then how many others disappeared too? And what if some went down with cities? Because number 8 is Sundaland, a mega-continent bigger than you think. And if it was populated, history just got way older. Number 8, Sundaland, a lost mega-continent, buried under Southeast Asia. Today you see islands, Indonesia, Malaysia, Borneo. But long ago, that was one giant land, Sundaland was massive, forests, rivers, whole valleys, a continent with room for millions. During the Ice Age, sea levels were lower, so humans didn't just pass through. They lived there. And that's where the problem starts. Because if people lived in Sundaland, they could have built things before history even begins. Researchers have mapped the seabed, and they found shapes that look not natural, like structures. Some claim there are ancient sites under the water, stone formations, walls, even straight-line layouts. What if Sundaland wasn't just land? What if it was an early civilization zone, a forgotten starting point? Then the ice melted, sea rose, and Sundaland was erased, slowly drowned into silence. Whole populations forced to migrate, cultures displaced, memories turned into legends. And if that happened, Sundaland could explain why ancient cultures exploded all across Asia, like survivors spreading knowledge. But number 7 is Dwarka, an underwater city linked to ancient texts. And the ocean might be hiding a real empire down there. Number 7, Dwarka, an ancient city. Sitting at the bottom of the ocean, people used to call it a myth, a story from old texts, something symbolic. But Dwarka is mentioned as a powerful city, a grand place, built for royalty. Then researchers went underwater and started detecting shapes that don't look natural, like walls, platforms, streets, stone blocks laid like construction, straight lines, massive formations, not random, not nature. That's the scary part. If Dwarka is real, then a whole civilization got swallowed by the sea. And think about it. Sea levels used to be lower, so ancient coast cities could now be deep underwater. Some say Dwarka ruins match the descriptions too well. Like the ocean kept the evidence but buried the story. So either the texts were unbelievably accurate, or they were describing something real that mainstream history ignored. And if Dwarka exists, then it proves something dangerous. Lost cities aren't rare. They're hidden. Because if one legendary city is down there, how many more are sitting under the waves, undetected? But number 6 is Great Zimbabwe. And what happened there? It's not just lost history. It's history they tried to steal. Number 6, Great Zimbabwe. A real African civilization they tried to erase. Deep in southern Africa sits a massive stone city. No cement, no modern tools, just genius engineering. These walls are insane, stacked perfectly, some over 30 feet high. This isn't tribal huts. This is a real urban empire, and Great Zimbabwe wasn't isolated. It controlled trade, gold, power. This place was rich. But when colonizers saw it, they couldn't accept the truth that Africans built it. So they made excuses. They claimed it was built by outsiders, Phoenicians, Arabs, anyone except Africans. And here's the cover-up part. Researchers who proved Africans built it. They got censored. Some were literally blocked from publishing. It wasn't an accident. It was control. Because if Great Zimbabwe is recognized, the whole racist timeline collapses. This wasn't a mystery ruin. It was a living city, a real African civilization with brains, trade, structure, power. And that's why Great Zimbabwe matters, because it proves lost civilizations aren't always lost. Sometimes they're erased on purpose. From submerged continents to underwater cities to stolen African empires, the pattern is clear. Next is number 5, and it gets even crazier. So hit subscribe right now and comment "Hidden History" if you think they've been lying to us. Number 5. Göbekli Tepe, the place that literally broke human history. This site is in Turkey, and what they found here, it shouldn't exist. Massive stone pillars, perfect carvings, built like a temple, not some random camp. And the date? Over 12,000 years old. That's before farming, before cities, before what they say humans could do. So forget the primitive humans story, because primitive people don't cut, lift, and align stones like this. This required planning, engineering, teams, leadership, meaning. Organized society had to exist. And look at the symbols. Snakes, predators, strange marks, like a forgotten language. But here's the creepiest part. Göbekli Tepe wasn't destroyed. It was buried. On purpose. Not time, not weather. Humans covered it. Like they were hiding it or sealing it. So if this existed 12,000 years ago, then civilization didn't begin. It got reset. And if a society existed that early, then other civilizations could have existed too, and vanished without leaving clean records. But number 4 is Cahokia, where they found bones that were way too big. And the story gets dark real quick. Number 4, Cahokia, America's lost megacity that your textbooks barely mention. Right near modern-day St. Louis, there used to be a city so big, it shocked archaeologists. Cahokia wasn't a village. This was a real urban center, with thousands of people living there. And then you see Monk's Mound, a massive pyramid-like structure built from earth on an insane scale. Some researchers believe at its peak, Cahokia may have been bigger than London, yeah. Let that sink in. And they weren't just building mounds. They tracked the sun, built calendar systems, planned the city like engineers, trade networks, craftsmanship, power structures. This was advanced civilization in North America. But then, Cahokia collapsed. People vanished. And the city was abandoned. No clear final war, no clean ending. Just silence, like the city got erased. And here's the real question. If America had a city like this, why don't they talk about it? Because Cahokia proves advanced societies existed outside the official civilizations list. And history might be incomplete. Next is number 3, Atlantis, and what they did to that history. Straight up theft. Number 3, Atlantis, the lost supercity history calls a myth for a reason. Because if Atlantis was real, then human civilization was advanced way earlier than they admit. The story comes from Plato. He described Atlantis as powerful, rich, and more advanced than the world around it. Massive temples, canals, a planned city, not cavemen stuff. This is empire-level civilization. And here's the crazy part. People still argue where it was. Greece, Spain, Sahara, Caribbean. Too many clues, too many matches. Over the years, structures have been spotted underwater. Straight lines, walls, shapes that don't look natural. And Atlantis didn't just decline. It was destroyed. Plato said earthquakes, floods, and one night later, gone. So picture this, a civilization at its peak, then a wall of water, and history gets wiped clean. If Atlantis existed, it could explain the reset stories, the sudden gaps, the missing chapters, because advanced knowledge doesn't appear out of nowhere. It comes from somewhere, or someone. And what if Atlantis isn't gone, just hidden, deep under the ocean? waiting to be found. Next is number 2, Mohenjo-Daro, a city so advanced, its ending still looks like a warning. Number 2, Mohenjo-Daro, a city so advanced, it makes history look like a lie. This place existed over 4,000 years ago in the Indus Valley, and it wasn't primitive at all. Straight roads, city blocks, urban planning, like someone designed it with a blueprint. And the sanitation system? Insane. Covered drains, bathrooms, even private wells. Let that sink in. This kind of infrastructure, 4,000 years ago, some cities today don't even have this. They even had writing, symbols on seals. But here's the problem. We still can't fully read it. And then it collapsed. Not slowly, not clearly. Mohenjo-Daro just faded out. No clear war, no obvious invasion, just strange deaths and unanswered questions. Some say floods destroyed it. Some say climate change. Some say the river moved and the city was doomed. But others believe the truth is darker, like something happened suddenly, something powerful. Because a city this advanced doesn't just vanish without leaving a clean explanation. And now, number 1, the Luna Stone discovery. The piece of evidence that doesn't belong in any timeline. Yo, before we hit number 1, subscribe right now. Because what you're about to hear, mainstream history will never explain it. Number 1, the Luna Stone. And this one? This isn't just a lost civilization. This is a discovery that doesn't fit any timeline. Like history glitched and left evidence behind. The Luna Stone is said to carry markings, patterns, symbols that look too advanced, too calculated, too intentional. And that's the first red flag. Because random ancient stones don't come with clean symbolic language. Not like this. Some researchers compare its patterns to early star mapping. Others say it resembles coded geometry, like something made to store information. And now here's where it gets dangerous. Because the Luna Stone doesn't stand alone. It connects the whole series. Atlantis vanished in a single night. Dwarka, buried under the ocean. Sundaland, drowned continent. Doggerland, real land erased by rising seas. One pattern keeps repeating. Civilizations don't just fall. They get wiped. And then their evidence gets misplaced. Classified. Stored. Or conveniently forgotten. But the Luna Stone looks like a leftover file from an older version of humanity. What if there wasn't just one ancient civilization? What if there were many, and they ended the same way, reset after reset? Maybe Atlantis wasn't the first. Maybe Tartaria wasn't the last. Maybe we're living after the collapse, not the beginning. Because the scariest part isn't the stone. The scariest part is what it implies. That history has been edited repeatedly. If this exists, what else exists? What else is buried? What else was erased? Remember this. If they can hide entire civilizations, they can hide the truth about you. This is Fact Story History, and this was only what they let us find.